Okay, folks, welcome back to part two of our conversation with Hugh Doyle, our first ever Golden Ruleism Ambassador, who's having a live conversation here. And we're going to be guiding you through in this part of the conversation around how we would love you to join us in this mission, I suppose, to get as many compassionate, kind, empathic people around the globe together, connected and feeling that sense of interconnection. So what I'm going to attempt to do here is share my screen to our homepage, which is goldenruleismcan.org. CAN standing for children, for animals, and for nature. And we finished our conversation, our first part of the conversation, talking about the environment, talking about the ecosystem and animals and nature being part of that, and also integrating the concept and the conversations of children and us being empathic towards them and trying to understand, but also sharing that compassion as role models as well, and trying to inspire children. So this is what we're about essentially. It's a positive personal action we're looking for the benefit of children, animals, and Mother Nature. So on our homepage, you can see that the two principles there, they're simple, they're elegant, and they're trying to put into action these words. So it's not just about reading the words, but trying to understand them. And I'm delighted to have Hugh here as an example, without making him blush on the screen, as an example of who's somebody who's decided to say, yes, I will sign up. I'll put my pin on the map because I can connect to these principles. And within the website as well, you can go down. There's a lot of freebies to download to get the book, the little book of Golden Ruleism in English, in Spanish, and we now have that fully available in Arabic as well. And then the very bottom of our page here as well, we've got a link for parents, for educators, for uncles, aunties, anybody who's connected with animals, with nature, and with children. We've got a lot of resources to be able to bring up the conversation around how we can integrate empathy, kindness, compassion in a seamless way. It's already being done, but there's certain events like today, for this week, Ramadan came to an end, and we've also got Lent happening, and we've also got International Women's Month as well. So there's a lot of different concepts, themes that we can bring these themes in, and these resources, they connect to our social media as well, which is, the link is here, and you can download them. They're all for free. The book itself can be downloaded and got for free, or we can purchase it, and the money goes back into the ecosystem of what we're trying to do here. But first and foremost, what I'd love to bring to your attention is the ambassadors. So we'll open up the page here, and you can see that all of the people that have pins close to their name or close to their country, they've signed up to become a member of the Golden Ruleism Ambassadors Network. And Hugh is one such person. So if we were to try and locate Hugh, we have to come through a few other people here on the island of Ireland. You'll see these borders that divide people sometimes, but it's people that reconnect people, not borders. And all the way up here, we have the pin, which locates our Golden Ruleism Ambassador, our friend and mentor back home in the northwest of Ireland. So you can see there's an opportunity to put a short message here as well. So what Hugh has said, here, it's a worldwide community. We can journey better together to overcome oppression. And we will be exploring that word oppression because, kindness, compassion, and empathy, and all the synonyms that go with that, they're not about the wishy-washy sort of weak type of words that we mentioned earlier on. Challenging oppression, challenging injustice, at the heart of injustice, we can use these same tools and principles. And so we've got Hugh there in Donegal, just outside Letterkenny, in this beautiful town called Creeshla. If anyone ever has the chance to visit, I'd highly recommend it. We've got a few other people here you can see in Derry. Maeve O'Neill just coming in here. I don't know whether they would connect with what Google Maps says of where they're living. I would imagine Maeve, from knowing Maeve as well. I know the first 100 ambassadors on this map, and then it's spreading out like hopefully compassionate wildflowers, not wildfire. And we're getting people all over the world. But putting it very simply, if you can just be anything in this world, be kind. And we have a good friend over here sticking in Ireland. We have Sean O'Boyle, and he's talking about, in terms of his kindness message, is our Scra Akela our Maris Nadini. So an Irish proverb, an Irish saying, which means it is the shelter or the shadow of each of us that the people live. And so just taking the wise and the wisdom from Sean and connecting these few people in the north of Ireland or the northwest of Ireland. And then scrolling out a little bit, we'll see people across the UK, we'll see people across Europe. And we have today, in the last 48 hours, we've seen the continent of Africa, which many of us will know there's quite a lot of countries, there's 55 countries. We can see that we've almost fully populated the map of Africa, which is, it's an incredible achievement. I don't know people in all of these countries. We knew some people in some of these countries, and they have gone and shared the message of to become a GoldenRuleism ambassador, to share the kindness, to share the empathy. And we're going to be zoning in a couple of minutes here to talk about one other ambassador who is due to join us for this conversation. But in real time, because there's a real life genocide, apartheid, ethnic cleansing, occupation, and many other things to describe the oppression of the Palestinian people, our friend Sanaba wasn't able to make this conversation, but she was able to put her pin on the map. And Sanaba says, as a Muslim Palestinian mother, my aspiration is to live by the values of empathy, compassion, and kindness, nurturing these qualities in my family and community while standing strong in our shared faith and resilience. We're going to find out a little bit more about Sanaba and how her journey using these tools has connected with both myself and Hugh, but also to say, in terms of the connection of somebody living under such horrific conditions today and recognizing that these conditions should not be lived by any human, any animal, any part of nature, but they are. And we need to, in some way, interconnect, and strive towards challenging these injustices. But Sanaba, despite all of that, and despite the challenge she faces, is an extremely resilient individual. She has translated the full GoldenRuleism book into Arabic. She has gone on to write some poetry, which we've been able to use and share around the world. And she's written, inspired by GoldenRuleism, she's written a children's book and illustrated it. So this woman is extremely talented, extremely resilient. But right now, unfortunately, this evening is not able to join us because she is under attack in Palestine. So just to give you an example of the type of people that have signed up around the world, we have somebody here that I don't know, which is fantastic, in Egypt. And just to read out and close this conversation with a message from Egypt as well. So the kindness message is to have courage, to be kind. These simple yet profound words hold timeless truth. Kindness is not just a gentle act, it's a powerful force that can heal wounds, bridge divides, and transform lives. It takes courage to be kind in a world that can sometimes feel harsh. But every small act of compassion ripples outwards, touching hearts in ways that many will never fully see. So it's brilliant. It's inspiring for me to know that a small project that we are part of, that we're part of facilitating, is taking wings, is taking legs and traveling all over the globe. So please do sign up. Go onto our website, click onto the ambassadors. You've got lots of resources to be able to use as well. It's a very small team of people that has stemmed from the Charter for Compassion, and they're one of our main partners still. So we have our mission, we have our vision here as well, and we have our partnerships, which are hopefully going to go from strength to strength. So small team led initially by Craig, who's the founder, Craig Klein in the United States. And then we have a really unflattering photograph of myself and my beautiful partner here, who's Elena Hermosa, and the co-leader at the moment. So I'm going to leave you with that, but please, please, please do get in touch with us. We want you to join us. If you want to join and put your pin on the map, do what Hugh has done in the northwest of Ireland and put your pin on the GoldenRuleism Ambassadors map. Tá fáilte romh. All right, Hugh, I'm going to join you for the third part of our conversation. Thanks for staying with me.
Okay.